I nearly lost the rarest Game Boy that I have ever bought. It cost me £500, but it's worth at least 3 times that. It's absolutely insanely rare. This might be the only footage of it boxed on YouTube. I cannot wait to show you it. But before that, a massive thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Vessi. Vessi make 100% vegan and 100% waterproof shoes. They're the perfect lightweight and breathable shoe for walking around in the wet grass this season and any other time of the year if you live in England. I do not understand the dark magic behind making a breathable shoe which can also endure a bottle of water being poured on it. My sock stayed fully dry. I would show you, but you don't want to see my socks. These shoes are extremely comfortable, and that's because they're made from Dymatex. You know Dymatex. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know what Dymatex is, which is probably everybody, it's a dual climate knit material that keeps your feet cool in summer and warm in winter. It's like a thermos flask for your foot. There are so many different styles to choose from, but I went for the black ones because they just looked really sleek. Vessi are my go-to shoes by my door. Check them out in the link below or go to vessi.com/retrofuture and use code RETROFUTURE for a whole 15% off of your shoes. Thanks again, Vessi. Back to the video. So I won this thing on Sendico, which is a website that allows you to buy things from Japan. It's from Yahoo Auctions, which is essentially a Japanese eBay. And a seller was selling this, and I don't think they really knew what it was. It had a buy it now price of just around 500 British pounds, which is this much in other currencies. And I cannot believe I was able to buy it. So how did I almost lose it? Well, let me quickly tell you that story. I recently moved to the UK. I originally was from Jersey. I lived in Jersey, which is a small island in the English Channel, and it's not the UK. And when I moved to the UK, I changed my address on Sendico so that things could arrive to my house, which is a fairly normal, logical thing to do. But what I didn't do, for some reason, was change the postcode. And shippers apparently use the postcode as the first port of call to send an item to the person who ordered it. And so it arrived in Jersey, and it updated on my tracking, and I was like, that's okay, I'll ring the post office. Oh my god, please. And they said, I'm sorry, there is nothing we can do. We cannot change the address. It's illegal. Please help me. You're gonna have to speak to the person who sent you the parcel. Think of the Game Boys. And I was thinking, fine, I'll get in contact with EMS. They can speak to Parcel Force, which is the courier that is being used in the UK, and everything will be great. I rang Parcel Force. I said, have you got a number that I can give to Sendico so that they can ring you? And they said no. They're not going to be able to just ring us. They're going to have to go through a lengthy process of pressing numbers and waiting on the phone. I'd been on the phone for 40 minutes at this point, and I said, how are they going to contact you? I can't ask a Japanese company to ring a company in the UK and sit on the phone for 40 minutes. They're not going to do that. They said they're going to have to speak to EMS, which is the Japanese initial courier that delivered it into the UK, and then it was handled by Parcel Force. And I was thinking, I'm never getting this thing back. It's just gonna get lost. And the guy at Parcel Force was like, chances are it's gonna be returned to the sender. A small little box getting shipped around the world. I mean, I had absolutely accepted that this thing was going to be gone forever. There was no way I was ever going to get it, because how was that ever going to work? What was that going to look like? It was going to travel through Japan, get back to Sendico, then they were going to change the address and then send it back down. I was like, no chance. It's gone forever. But then Sendico managed to get a hold of EMS, and EMS got a hold of Parcel Force, and Parcel Force got a hold of Jersey Post, and they changed the address. And shortly thereafter, it arrived at my house. I'm not joking you, that was about a month's worth of phone calls and stressing and crying, and here it is in front of me. It arrived in its box. I'd ordered a bunch of other clothes, which was great because it padded the box. The box actually arrived damaged, which was really scary. But the thing inside that meant the most was there. And also there's another cool thing inside the box, which we'll look at in another video, which is a prototype Game Boy Advance cartridge. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Game Boy. Now, I have actually got another one right here. Yep, it's a Toyota Game Boy Pocket. What is a Toyota Game Boy Pocket? Well, it's a Game Boy Pocket with the word Toyota on it, and it's worth thousands. It was because it was only released in a very small quantity. No one's exactly sure on the number. Console Variation believe that there is between 100 and 500 of these in the world, so that's a very small amount of Game Boy to exist when they were released in the millions. But boxed, on the other hand, is a much rarer story, because who was keeping the boxes of these things back in the day? Nobody thought they were really ever going to be worth anything. So yeah, I mean, here it is. This one I restored for a video, and unfortunately it's not in the best condition. It's missing the battery cover. I had to replace the sticker. The screen is incredibly damaged, and I actually had to replace the screen inside as well because it was burnt. So I'm very excited to be able to upgrade it, assuming that this thing is in good condition. I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably going to sell this now that I've got another one here boxed, but I'm going to go through my collection and sell loads of stuff very soon. But yeah, really happy to own this, but now I'm going to be able to add a boxed one to my collection. So, what condition is this thing going to be in? I am very, very nervous. I ordered this so long ago, and I stopped looking on Sendico at it because I was certain that it was gone. So I'm not actually even sure what condition this is going to be like. Does it even work? I don't know. I noticed immediately there's a couple of tears, but besides that, the box isn't in too bad condition. There's a little bit of sort of fraying going on down here, if that's the right word. This front piece is beautiful. You can see there Toyota, which is just absolutely insane. This side looks pretty good as well, as does this. The bottom is absolutely perfect. There's obviously a few little dings and whatnot, but this is 1998 we're talking about. 1996 we're talking about. And so so what can you expect? It's 2 years older than me, and look at how I've turned out so far. So what is it going to be like inside? Let's flick it open and have a look. And before we do that, let's quickly just talk about the fact that this isn't the only Toyota Game Boy that existed. There was also a DMG version as well that was made. And it's not 100% certain how these things were actually obtained, although it has something to do with the fact that you bought a Toyota. But also, there is a Pokemon Blue that is also Toyota signed. So we're not sure exactly what the deal is with that, but it's a thing to note. And then we can move on with our lives. So I'm holding this together. I'm really sad about this this tear that's here. Let's take out the documentation and see what we have. So we have the standard battery warning thing right here, and then we have some more warnings. There's lots of other pictures. They're all brilliant, but they're nowhere near as good as the Nintendo Wii one. And then we have the manual. Now, unfortunately, I was really hoping we were going to see a stamp here that would have said, like, the Toyota dealership. Could you imagine how incredible that would have been? But what is important right there is the serial number. Now, this is my other one. And looking right here, you can actually see that there is a pretty similar number, 2186033, 2188220. So I wonder if maybe there was more than 1,000 made, you know, the fact that there's such a variation in that serial number. But anyway, I'm not sure if that means anything, but let's move on and see what else we have. So, this is the moment of truth. Is the screen burnt? I genuinely can't remember. No, it's not. Right, so we've got this little piece of cardboard here. I like this little piece of cardboard. It's like a Game Boy cutout, which is very nice. We'll set that to the side. It's got the bag. It's missing the battery cover, though. But the serial number matches. I can see that immediately. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is pristine. Oh, my goodness. That is absolutely pristine. Are you kidding me? Look at the screen. There's not a scratch in sight. And the buttons as well, so shiny. Can you see as well? I'm not sure if it's going to come across on camera, but this matte finish is ever so slightly different to this one. This one almost is a little bit more worn down. But yeah, you can see the difference there in the quality of the screen lens, or at least the condition of the screen lens. Absolutely unreal. Oh my goodness me. Now the sticker on the back is, I mean, I'm speechless. This one, remember, is aftermarket. This one is original. You can see the condition differences between the serial number stickers as well. Seriously, that is absolutely unreal. I'm sad it hasn't got the battery cover, but luckily this isn't like a really like exclusive color like the Imagineer one is. So you can just put a regular see-through battery cover on the back. But I'm gonna have to try and find one that matches the condition of this. And then you can see as well the serial number matches. The last thing to try, really, is to turn it on. I just cannot get over how good condition this is. It's probably not going to show very clearly on the screen either, but there is a distinct difference in the coloration of the plastic. Some Game Boys and old plastic goes a bit yellow. This one is completely crystal clear, so that is beautiful. Let's transfer the batteries over and see if this thing fires up after all these years. I really don't think this thing has been played much at all. This might even be one of the best conditioned Toyota Game Boy Pockets in existence. Another telltale sign of a good conditioned Game Boy is where the cartridge slides in and out multiple times. It gets a little bit scratched up here. You might be able to make out on this one that there's quite a lot of scratches along the top. When you compare that to this, it's pretty much immaculate. So that is just incredible. So let's go ahead and pop in some shovelware and try out this Game Boy Toyota edition. Here we go. Turns on first try. Read the cartridge. Speaker works. Oh my goodness me. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. The buttons are so stiff. Here we go. I can't believe it. The Toyota Game Boy Pocket in my hands. I got it. It arrived. Oh my goodness me. I have to say a massive thank you to Sendico. I know that I receive money from them through commission and whatnot, but this is... They did help me out here a lot, and I'm really, really grateful. And also the people in the shipping departments who made this happen. Oh, goodness gracious me. I can't believe I have it. I had seriously written this thing off. Ah. Can you believe it? The condition of it. Oh, that is unreal. There is one final thing that I'm going to do, and that is put it in a nice acrylic box protector because, you know, this thing needs to be preserved. This belongs in a museum. I am so pleased with it. You're going to have to let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. How would you have handled the situation that I was in? I mean, I know it's only a materialistic little object, but there is something quite depressing about the idea of losing something that is pretty much irreplaceable. Not just a sense of like losing it for me, like, you know, I've got plenty of beautiful Game Boys, it wouldn't have ruined my life, but it's the fact that it would then cease to exist in the world. I mean, God knows what have actually happened to it. But yeah, there it is, the Toyota Game Boy Pocket. Now, the only other really rare Game Boy I own is this one, which is the Imagineer Game Boy Pocket. Right, let's put it into this absolutely lovely box protector right here, which I get from Instagram, from PR Displays. There it is. It's in there. And sliding down the cover. Oh, honestly, I dreamt of this day. Oh boy, look at that. The Toyota Game Boy right next to the Imagineer one. That is it. I am so pleased that I have it, and also very relieved. Thank you very much for watching this little random video. I know it's not too interesting, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.